So let's start. So ang iyang first nga nasa iyang question is, so asa mag-start kung magkuha og TIN og TIN ID? So we all know before ka maka-start kung professional ka or if you're in a business, TIN is very important. Pero isa na siya sa pinakauna nimo kuhaon before ka maka-start o business or before ka maka-start sa imong career. Kay kung employee ka, need ka magkuha og TIN. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Yes. So, unsa nang TIN? Kabalo naman siguro mo tanan. So, it's a unique set of identification number nga na-assign sa individual, corporations, or others. Actually guys, pati non-individuals like estates, trust, assign po na sila og TIN. So, each person or entity must apply for a TIN approved by the assigning agency. So, unique ng TIN guys ha, walay TIN nga pareha. So, ang TIN is ginagamit siya to file for the tax returns with the BIR. So, kung imuha na TIN, imuha na dyan na siya. So, naay instances nga mag-double og TIN. Kinsay na naka-try diri nga nag-double ilang TIN. Hopefully, wala no, kay kuan ba na siya, bawal na siya. Mag-double-double og TIN. Medyo bawal na siya. Di ko kita sa chat, so kamo na like one guys. Yes, bawal na siya guys.
Experience ma'am nga nagpahimo lang sa Bolton.
Okay, we'll get into that.
Okay, sige.
Yes.
Okay, sige ma'am. Okay po.
Yes, so mo na siya ang porma sa TIN. Previously, upat lang ang kuan. Upat lang ang dili bitaw sa last. So ang last nga kuan, last nga numbers sa imong TIN indicates the branch labi na og kuan kanang you're a company. So if you're a company with various branches, mailhan diri is ang pinaka-last example kung main ka is 0 ang last, and then if na kay another branch is kuan siya TIN, 1 na pud siya, then another branch 2 ang last, but the same ang first 9 numbers. Mo na siya ang kuan ana. So before it's 4, karon 5 na siya. Daghan na siguro ang tao sa Pilipinas, and you know, daghan na ang ng mga entities. So next, wait up. So asa mag-start kung magkuha og TIN or TIN ID? So as you can see in the screen guys, naatay duha ka TIN ID dire. Kinsay familiar sa ila? So sige, familiar na lang mo kay of course, familiar man jud na. So ang first mo ni ang daan nga ID. So sorry guys, wala ako ang pitaka. So I have this new nga TIN ID kaning green. So mao ni na siya ang gina-accept karon guys ha. Na siya QR code. Papel gyapon siya pero dili na siya pareha tong murag papel lang jud siya nga kanang before. Same lang gyapon siya. So beware in getting lahi ang process in getting the TIN and the TIN ID. So naiuban no ingon siya TIN number. So mali na siya guys ha, kay ang TIN stands for tax identification number. So TIN lang dapat imingon, dili siya TIN number. So wala na, I just like to put that out there. So mo na siya TIN ID. So ang TIN ID is I think secondary siya nga valid ID. Dili ko sure ha, kauban siya sa kanang mga PhilHealth ID na pero nonetheless it's an ID gyapon.
Ma'am Noe.
Yes, ma'am.
Ka-cut ko lang, ma'am, may taga Baguio pala.
Oh my God.
So
I need to speak Tagalog. Kailangan ko mag-Tagalog?
Okay, po. Tagalog lang muna tayo, ma'am.
Okay. So, please remind me if I'll be speaking Bisaya from time to time, not to bumalik sa Tagalog kasi Bisaya is my native language. So, sorry guys ha, if medyo bakikaw yung aking Tagalog. So, next is, so let's go to the next slide. So, let's beware ha, this instances, marami kasing naglipana sa Facebook. Most probably sa Facebook ko 'to nakikita, na kumukuha ng TIN ID card, although some of them may be legit, but some of them are not. Ha? So let's be aware of that. So, gaya ng sinabi ni Ma'am Melody na nakakuha siya ng TIN ID sa Bulton. So, siguro may legit na processor ng TIN ID, but some of them, beware lang, some of them are not. So, one way to make sure that the TIN that you have received, or the TIN identification card that you have received from those persons na pinag-process mo is legit, is through the TIN certificate or the verification certificate issued by the BIR. So, ang process niyan is kukunin mo lang, magsasubmit ka ng TIN ID, and then they will verify if you have, if that TIN exists, or meron, or nakapangalan ba talaga ang TIN na yan sa'yo. So that's how it works. So from Ma'am Bing, no, ito na po yun. So what are the TIN requirements and how to get the TIN? So there are 3 forms. This is not 3 forms na kailangan mong i-fill up lahat. It depends kung ano ka sa forms na. So I will show the forms later. So what are the TIN ID requirements? So actually, ang first mong gagawin is magpa-register ka sa BIR para may TIN ka. And then the TIN ID later afterwards will, easy lang ang process kasi may TIN na, tax identification number ka na. So ang ID is valid ID na lang, and then a form. Yun lang. So the duly accomplished BIR form 1901, 1902, and 1904. So let me differentiate those forms. So ang 1901 is for business or self-employed individuals. So yung may mga business, yung mga yung mga business professionals are not employed by an employer. So ang 1902 is for purely compensation income. Yung employee talaga na walang business and hindi mixed income earners. So ang 1902, no, I've experienced this in my current work. So may mga taong need namin apply na 1902. 1902 guys, ang employer ang need mag-process ng 1902, not the employee. So pag kukuha ng TIN, and then ang goal mo is nakapasok ng trabaho, or you're already hired but wala kang TIN, nag-ask na employer mo ng TIN, so your employer must be the one who will process your TIN for you. So just like before, my first work is Ulticon Builders. So sila ang nag-process ng TIN ko. So the last is for one-time taxpayer. So dito yung TIN ng mga estates, trust, yung mga aliens, guys, foreigners, para magkaroon sila ng TIN, or yung mga, actually guys, if you're gusto mong panandalian na TIN, kasi ito kung wala kang business, wala ka ring trabaho, so gusto mo ng TIN, so you might apply using the 1904 for the ONET, one-time transactions. Kasi dito pwede mo lang sabihin na I will be using this for bank purposes. Freelancers, actually ang freelancers dyan sa 1901 kasi self-employed sila. Okay, next. Yes, one by one, ikaw na ang bahala dito. Pag nakuha mo na yung TIN identification card mo, ikaw na maglalagay din, ipa-laminate mo. So, marriage contract if you're married. So, the second question is, unsay kalahian sa TIN verification o certificate of registration? So, as I've said guys, one one way to know if valid ang TIN nyo is to have a taxpayer's verification or certification from the BIR. So, ito yung itsura ng taxpayer's verification or certification. Guys, buhay pa ba kayo, guys? Buhay pa ba kayo?
Buhay na buhay, ma'am.
Okay. Baka I'm bumbling ba? So, ang taxpayer's verification, isa sa mga, actually it's not used anymore ngayon. Before, kung sino yung mga companies na nagpipay manually, the bank will ask for taxpayers verification for payment of taxes. So kasi it's their parang control to know that your TIN exists. Kasi baka nagbayad ka, then they will contest, this TIN does not exist. So, saan pupunta ang bayad mo, di ba? So, you will request that to BIR. So, hindi na siya nire-release today, hindi na rin siya ginagamit by the bank. So, the banks will ask for this TIN certification. So, as you can see, the TIN cert, I don't know how to. Dito na part, you can see what type of entity. For example, this is a domestic corporation, calendar year, all other details na nasa registration mo. So it's only valid for 3 years. So every 3 years you need to get a TIN cert, because kasi tama nga naman, what if may updates? So they will update that here. And then a certificate of registration. So this is for business owners. So one thing business owners have after registration with the BIR is the certificate of registration. So this is an old certificate of registration. So I don't know if business owners here have this kind of certificate of registration. So there is new. May new, mas maganda ang new. Although 3 pages siya, but it's still more convenient kasi dito sinasabi ano ang mga BIR tax forms that you need to file. So here, example, this corporation need to file income tax, value-added tax, withholding tax, expanded, registration for registration and withholding tax final. So nandito lahat ng details. And then the new is this is the new certificate of registration. So mas comprehensive ang new because excuse me guys. Dito naka-enumerate lahat and deadline. Not deadline. The date in which you need to start filing. So for example guys, I'm sorry guys, I'm having a hard time, Englishing because very Bisaya in nature. So, registration fee, guys, huwag niyong kalimutan ang registration fee because maraming businesses na natatax map because of registration fee. Bakit, guys? Ang registration fee kasi, together with your certificate of registration and mayor's permit, kailangan nyo yung sa conspicuous business, conspicuous place in your business or principal's address or your office especially guys sa mga malls, nakikita nyo ba yung mga together with the business plate, yung mga notice to issue receipts, ganon. Dapat naka-file siya every year. So 500 lang siya guys, but if you fail to file within January 1 to January 31, nagiging 1,600 siya. So it's very important guys. and also VAT, income tax, and other withholding tax. So, need pa ba i-delve into deeper? So, hindi na, no? So, ang tax law kasi natin guys, naka-separate ang mga tax na need natin to file is income tax and business tax. So, income tax, another thing din ang business tax. So, business tax have two types, percentage tax and value-added tax. So, yung mga subject to percentage tax, yun yung mga tinatawag nating non-VAT. So, example sa business nila, may services sila or goods sila na 100 peso. So, wala yung VAT guys. 100 peso lang talaga yun. Walang percentage na mapupunta sa government. And then, if your value-added tax, so 100 peso yung goods na binili mo, so ang ipapataw sa iyo na presyo is 112. Kasi ang 12 doon papunta sa government, ang 100 papunta sa papunta sa business. Kasi yun yung talagang price ng goods. So I know you have many questions. No, there are different tax, but guys, ang tax ang isa sa pinakamahirap intindihin sa undergrad and also the very difficult subject in the board exam. As you can siguro may nakakapansin naman dito na ang tax varies from year to year. So the tax in 2010 is not the tax rate that we are using today. So example, so hindi to pwede ma-example kasi VAT to. So those businesses who are subject to percentage tax, may mga business owners ba dito na subject sa percentage tax? If meron, did you know that starting July 2023, you are subjected na to 3% of your gross receipts? So the 1% only starts only from July 2020 to June 2023. So yung mga subject dito ng percentage tax or non-VAT is already subject to 3%. So if 1 million yung gross receipt mo per month, per quarter, kasi quarterly ang percentage tax, 1 million ang gross receipts mo per quarter, so 1 million times 3%, I think that's 30,000. 30,000 yun, ma'am. Yun yung need mong bayaran. Whereas previously, nung pandemic na time, 1 million times 1%, 10,000 lang. So, yun no, na change na. So, very dynamic ang tax. You need to be updated every now and then kasi ignorance of the law excuses no one. So, yun yung mga katagaan na always pinapaalala ng BIR. So the responsibility of knowing the tax laws lies in us. Actually guys, sabi ng professor ko noon, sabi niya, dapat ang accounting and tax, dapat tinuturo siya in high school and college. Why? Because we use this every day. And then, why such na yung hindi lahat tinuturuan. So that's yun yung reason bakit maliit lang yung mga tao na or mga professionals na medyo bihasa sa tax kasi you need to specialize in tax. Not really na need mo talagang yung mga delve deeper talaga, but at least the basics lang ba, yung basics na I need to know this because it will help me sooner or later. So, isa po sa mga problema no is the BIR penalties. So this happens when sorry guys, very gahi guys, very gahi no. So this happens when isa sa pinaka I think naririnig ko 'tong BIR penalties, especially when a business is magpa-close. Am I right? Am I right? So, example, nagtayo ka ng business last 2020, milk tea. So, hindi nag-boom. So, nagpas meron ka ng COR, meron ka ng mga, mga BIR forms na need to file. So, in 2021 hindi nag-boom, so pinabayaan mo. So, in 2023, gusto mo na naman mag-open ng pansit kantunan. So, need mo ipa-close ang milk teahan at mag-open ng pansit kantunan. So, sabi ng BIR, "Ma'am, hindi pwede ma-close 'to ma'am kasi may milk teahan ka pa, marami kang open cases. Need mo bayaran lahat ng penalty." So, si taxpayer nagsalimuang na, 'di ba? Nagsalimuang siya, "Oh my God, 30,000 akong need bayaran." Ah, so mo na siya guys. So, hindi, that's why, very careful when opening a business kasi napakadaling magpa-register sa BIR but napakahirap magpa-close. Am I right? Ah, yes, napakahirap magpa-close, especially when you want to go abroad. Isa din 'yan sa mga, cases magpa-close ng, magpa-close ng open case or magpa-compute kasi they will go abroad or they will open another business, so need to close ng isang kasi nakakuan yan sa nakadikit yan sa TIN guys, ng isang individual. So hindi mo yan, ang excuse na, "Sirado naman na ma'am, wala naman ay revenue, so nganong magbayad man ko ana." So yan yung usually sentiments ng ating mga taxpayers 'no. So mabababaan ba yan siya? Yes, you need to apply compromise. So you just need to consult a tax professional na they will, haggle with the BIR officer na so, ang tax professional or puwede ikaw kung brave ka. Kung puwede ikaw, kung brave ka, you need to haggle with the BIR, sabihin mo na na the business is not booming anymore, I need to close the business. So, especially guys, if the business closed like 20 years before na, so 'di ba, the BIR will actually, bababaan nila ang penalties. But not really to the point na wala ka ng babayaran kasi that was your mistake. That was the mistake on your part na you have a COR, you have, forms that you needed to file but did not. Actually, pwede ka namang mag-file ng zero. Actually guys, if you're in a business, mas malaki pa ang penalty ng zero ang filing mo but did not file, zero ang tax due mo but you did not file, than those businesses na may tax due. So in the accounting firm, yun talaga yung actually binabantayan kasi in accounting firm guys, yung filer or staff in charge ang need magbayad ng penalty if nag-incur ng penalty si client. So, saan pag-fix sa open cases. So, this is an example of return compliance system ng BIR. So, it's from one of my clients. So, as you can see here guys, may return period and then the case status. If open siya guys, may O dyan. May O. So, what do you need to do? Ang open case kasi nangyayari if example, may return ka na final but hindi binayaran, may return ka na hindi na file, or may return ka na mali ang pag-file. Yan yung nangyayari kapag may open case ang client. So, if naka-file ka naman pero hindi ka nagbayad, one thing na mangyayari is there is penalty. And take note guys, ang penalty ng BIR ay 3. The BIR has 3 penalties. May interest, surcharge, and compromise. So hindi na natin i-discuss ang how to compute, but the penalty of the BIR is 3. Interest 20%. So prorate yan guys from the date of filing up to the date of payment. And then surcharge, that's 25% if just neglect, and 50 if yung fraud sinadya mo talagang hindi mag-file or hindi magbayad. But it's very difficult to unprove na sinadya mo talaga hindi magbayad. So most probably it's 25, and compromise, may bracket yan. Kung ilan ang tax due mo, then if may bracket yan guys. So I will not, kasi ako hindi ko rin memorize. So I just file my returns and pay the taxes so that di ko na i-memorize yung mga penalties. So next, so how to settle? So guys, ang way lang talaga para ma-settle ang open case is to file and pay the returns that you did not file and pay. Kasi if example wait, let's go back. If example ito, sabi mo, nagbayad naman ako diyan, kanang binayaran ko naman yan, bakit may open case ako? So actually you can isa kasi sa guys, magbisaya ko ha, kadali lang jud. Pinaka-importante gyud guys sa if you're having a business is kanang dapat jud tanan nimo gina-file, filed returns and the proof of payments dapat gina-keep ninyo guys. Kay there are instances moingon si BIR na wala man ka nag-file ani, wala ka nagbayad, but kabalo kasi mo self nga nagbayad jud ka. So ang BIR if presented the proof of payment and the filed return and kanang tax return receipt from them via email, so they will acknowledge that your open case will be closed. So no, the responsibility is always on us. So lisod magka-business guys. So tinuod lang. So lisod siya. So if you have already comply with all your open cases, so they will give you a certificate of no open case. So I just did not put the certificate kasi wala ko na scan. Sorry guys. So I have a certificate of no open case, no? Kasi ang open case usually with the companies that I am handling now, usually nakikita namin ang open case because we were applying for tax clearance in the BIR. So ang tax clearance is needed for companies who need to bid with the government. So need ang tax clearance guys, that you have no pending liability with the BIR. So makikita doon ang mga open case. So need to comply that. And also they will give a certificate of no open case. And then afterwards, they will give the tax clearance to the company. So yan ang bakit na i-encounter namin ang open case. So here guys, so isa sa pinaka-stressful na part of being a tax professional is the letter of authority. So dapat ba siya kahadlukan? So slight, gamay. Medyo hadlok siya guys. Pero don't be alarmed. Dili na dayon maratol if maka-receive ng letter of authority from the BIR. So usually guys, so if example ako, yano lang ko na individual, hatagan ba ko lowa sa BIR? So most probably not, no? The BIR will not issue lowa to those individuals na labi nagkanang pitos jud kay ang business. No guys. So some of the companies, or most probably companies jud ang ginakuan, or individuals who are earning millions guys per year, naana sila threshold. So they have threshold that kung earning millions, actually I I have the one I'm handling now is a corporation. Very gamay iyahang per year 2 million lang, but na-subject siya sa LOA, so it's very stressful. 2 million ang iyahang revenue guys, but na-subject siya, so we settled that. Of course, the letter of authority lang medyo intimidating siya because the revenue officer and the group supervisor, based on my based on my intel, they only have 4 months to set out. If nabigyan ka ng LOA, the revenue officer and the GS will maningkamot sila guys na masettle ang LOA. Maningkamot po na sila nga masettle ang LOA within 4 months. Why? Because na sila quota guys. Dapat masulod na nila within the month. Example, ma'am, masettle na ka ma'am, kay isulod na namo na diri nga month. So ana na siya guys. So ay lang kay kaguol because ato-ato lang ni guys ha. So one of the techniques that I have that I have used before was, dili ko sure ay kung ako ba siyang indulge. So medyo lamat man jud ka guys na mo anak ko nga, "Ma'am, wala jud may kwarta ma'am, as in lisod jud kayo ang panagatron labi na pandemic." Oh, so mga anak ko guys, so padugay-dugayan gid nimo ang settlement. So dili na ko magstorya oy, basta ay lang ka ba ka guys. So after ana the letter of authority, so not subject to diretso pakulong na dayon ka sa BIR no. They will send you a final notice to settle your LOA. So ang letter of authority is dili na pasabot na you have a pending case with the BIR already. So this is just a letter to inform you that you have been subjected to an audit. So here nakasaad dito kung sino ang in charge, for the revenue officer in charge of your case and the group supervisor. So throughout the settlement case or throughout the audit of your business, so you will be conversing with them. So dito naman kung anong year. So 'di ba guys, as you can see, wait you received the LOA on June 8, 2021, and you will be subjected to audit on all your transactions from January 1, 2019 to December 31, 2019. So 2 years. So also be careful with this guys. The BIR only have 3 years for assessment. So example, they will audit 2019 and now is 2023. So medyo red flag siya guys kasi you can actually raise that to them na you have only 3 years to assess us, but bakit 2023 lang to, 2023 na ngayon and you will be audited, you will audit 2019. So medyo isa yan sa stress, makapa-relieve sa akin kapag maraming years na ang dumaan and then they did not issue LOA kasi they have only 3 years to assess. 3 years to assess and 5 years to collect. So we'll not delve deeper into that, no? So mao man to ang kuan ni Ma'am Mel for the BIR tax concern. So before we go to basic bookkeeping and accounting, I think my questions.
Yes.
I think my questions.
Yes, Ma'am Noe, eto siya ang mga tanong no from our participants. Si Ma'am Mika hindi na niya naiintindihan.
Sorry.
Okay. Tagalog please na daw.
Ma'am, dapat sunod may subtitle na ma'am.
Yes,
And then
yes.
translator.
Yes, sure. So,
Konti lang kasi yung mga gets ko pag Bisaya, sorry.
Okay lang,
Pero
Ma'am Mika, no
may
worries po.
question sana ako. Kasi
Yes,
di ba
ma'am.
ngayon we have like quarterly filing?
Yes po.
Oo, so we just opened the business. Nung June ko lang siya na-register sa BIR.
Hmm?
And then, do we have to file for the quarterly?
Ma'am, no.
Tapos
Ah,
yung business permit like yung mayor's permit namin, we just have it nung approved nung Friday lang.
excuse me, ma'am. When I register, ma'am,
Na-register ko to
go
sa
back.
BIR last June. Nung June lang this year. June
June,
this year.
June,
2023.
June 23. So,
Okay.
ma'am, no, wait.
June
So
14 actually to
this,
be exact.
okay, may example ako, ma'am. So, na register, actually, this is a Tagalog, no? Okay, this
Sorry.
is a business registered last 2018, and then last 2022 naging subject siya from percentage tax, naging subject siya into value added tax. So
Mhm.
as you can see here, value added tax na actually kasi what's the Tagalog of tinuyo? What's it kasi gituyo, ma'am?
Ah,
Sinadya.
sinadya. Okay.
Sinadya ko. So, it's also, if you're matagal na in this profession, no, so one of the things that you must also consider is the I think the filing. Kasi quarterly, yes ma'am, you registered in June 23, 2023.
Mhm.
So that was second quarter. So from June
Opo.
23 to June 30, you need to file for the second quarter percentage tax. Tama ako,
Okay.
ma'am? Percentage tax yung nandito mo, ma'am. Hindi ba? Ay,
Ay,
Okay.
shit.
Ma'am Maika, clarify
Yes
lang
po.
namin, ma'am. Ano yung registration ng business? Percentage
Yung
tax, non-VAT, or VAT?
non-VAT po ata siya. Ang registration na meron ako is yung 2303.
Yes, and then non-VAT,
Yes,
ma'am,
ito,
no?
ma'am.
Yes
Na
po,
ano?
non-VAT.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Yung nandito, ma'am,
Mm-mm.
nandito na side. So instead of value added tax, merong percentage tax dyan.
Opo.
So,
Yun naman,
don't worry,
kasi
ma'am.
dalawa, opo.
Ano yun
Ano?
ulit,
Sige ma'am.
ma'am Mika?
Kasi
Sige,
meron
ma'am.
pa
Sorry, ma'am.
isa, yung isa kasi, yung sinasabi ko, I'm pertaining sa ano, sa yan yung na-register ko last month is yung medical supplies. And meron yung isa, nag-operate siya, actually binili niya lang yung water station. So, nalipat sa pangalan niya last January of this year. However, in-apply namin yung business permit niya just last week lang din na-approve. And then yung sa BIR, hindi pa kami nakapag-register. So, paano po yun pag ganun?
Okay, may business permit and then
No?
walang BIR. Tama po ba?
Po.
Pagkakaintindi ko.
Yes po, hindi pa namin siya na-apply yung BIR niya eh.
So no need to file, ma'am.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
hindi, I mean okay lang na hindi pa siya na-register sa BIR. Pero
Actually, hindi siya okay, ma'am, pero as long as you're not registered sa BIR,
No
you
need to
don't
file.
need to file. Kasi wala pa
Opo.
yung record out. Your TIN, yung business information mo is not yet on the BIR database. So if you'll file na wala pang example 2020 na-register ang business, then na-register ang business sa local, you have mayor's permit, business permit, may DTI, may SEC or etc. But on 2021 lang siya
Yung ano
na-register sa
po,
BIR kasi pwede yun eh.
okay
Na
lang.
you
Okay.
registered in the local but not yet registered in the BIR. Although hahabulin ka ng
Okay.
BIR, but you don't need to file for the 2020 sa BIR. Doon lang sa pag-start.
Pero pwede ko siyang i-register kahit next month na lang.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, kasi tinapos ko
Atin lang to, ma'am.
Okay. Sige po.
Yes,
So,
ma'am Mel.
tinapos muna namin yung mga ibang mga papers na kailangan niya eh.
Yes, yes.
Medyo
Actually, no
maraming
need kasi ang BIR registration sa local. Kaya hindi minsan na nailiwit. Ano yung nailiwit?
Last,
Um,
last part.
last
Mm.
last na lang nila nire-register sa BIR.
okay. Sige po.
To add kay Ma'am Maika na question, Ma'am Noe,
Opo.
is there a time frame na, for example, yun na-register na sa Business Bureau and then hindi pa sa BIR, may time frame ba na nire-require para ma-register sa BIR? Or
Actually, there's no ruling, ma'am, sa
there's no-
BIR na ah, ah, ang need mo lang bantayan is dapat hindi ka kasi ngayon nagpa-partner na ang DTI and BIR. May may mga business owners kasi na sa DTI lang kasi may mga requirements na business registration lang sa DTI ang need and not the BIR. So, nagpa-partner yung DTI and BIR na those who registered in DTI will actually i-run siya ng BIR.
Oh,
Register sa kanila.
parang
So, you
ganon.
just dapat lang unahan mo ang BIR.
so
Okay.
better safe period, Ma'am, 30
Yes, better
days.
safe.
30
Mm.
days. Kahit 30 days after Business Bureau.
Yes.
Safe. Okay. Yun. Thank you, Ma'am Noe, no? Ma'am Maika,
so much
may ano ka pa? Other questions?
Wala naman na po. Medyo nakakaintindihan ako konting-konti. I-message
Yes.
ko lang si Sir Ron.
Ah,
Thank
sige.
you.
Sige. Sige, ma'am. No worries.
Sorry, ma'am.
Yung,
We're native Bisaya, ma'am.
Okay po.
my other pa, ma'am, kay Ma'am Bing, which is na-address na yung requirements in getting TIN, no? TIN ID, okay na yun. The other one is kay Sir Silver, no? If job order, ma'am, if job order ka ngayon, ang employer pa rin ba yung magpa-process ng 19 mo?
Yes. I also have that question from my other associates, no, in the government. So, if you're a job order, you are considered as a service contractor of the government. You are considered as a business. So, I've processed a TIN registration of a previous government employee before. So, ang registration niya is a sole proprietor. So, para ka ring isang business if you're a job order. Kasi service contractor ka ng government and then they will withhold something from your they will withhold something from your salary, which is the withholding tax, pero expanded. They will issue 2307 and not the 2316, which is common for compensation, purely compensation income earners.
Okay. So, siya ang kukuha ng team mismo, hindi yung
Yes
employee.
po. Yes. So, dyan pahirapan ang requirements ng government.
Okay.
And then if you also, actually may mga instances kasi na private employee from the private sector, may TIN na. So, they are registered as purely compensation income earner. So, they don't need to get a new TIN, but they just only need to file a 1905 update of registration in their registered RDO. I think that's what Silver is my classmate.
okay.
Hindi. Silver is my office, not schoolmate in high school. Silver
So,
Janine
parang in summary, Ma'am Noe, Sir Silver, kapag job order, ikaw talaga yung kukuha ng team. Ikaw yung
Yes,
mag-a-apply.
because
Yes. And,
considered ka na considered ka as a self-employed.
Yes, oo.
Self-employed or you have a business.
So hindi si employer ang kukuha, Sir Silver.
Yes, because
If you're employed, may existing team ka na, it's just you need to update lang your record, lalo na if kaka-hire mo lang, no? Para ma-update yung record mo sa BIR na eto na yung employer ko na bago.
yes.
Okay. Okay,
Yes,
ma'am. Go ahead.
actually, if job order ka, you're not an employee.
You're a contractor or a freelancer.
Yes, you're
under
a
the-
contractor of the government.
Yes.
You're a
Okay.
service contractor.
Sir Silver, medyo clear na ba from your answer, no? Yung answer na ikaw talaga
So,
yung kumuha ng team.
I have vice versa, ma'am, no? From the government also, kung mag-private ka na naman, update na naman. Then, kung babalik ka naman, update.
Yeah, update lang. Okay, sige. Okay na daw, ma'am. So, thank you, Sir Silver, sa question. May other pa, ma'am Noe, no, from Ma'am Bing again. Pwede bang kumuha ng teen ng student na above 18 years old?
Above 18?
Mm-mm.
Below?
Student siya, above 18 years old. Kasi
Yes.
K to 12 ata ito, ma'am, kaya na above.
Pwede yan for, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, ma'am, is for one-time transaction.
So, on it.
Sabihin nyo lang na for bank purposes. And then if in later years may work na siya, update.
Okay. If student tapos below 18 years old, kasi medyo nag-hustle na din yung mga estudyante ngayon eh. May mga income na din. Possible din ba, ma'am, kumuha ng teen?
Actually, the truth be told, I haven't encountered that. Pero if sabihin mo kasi na bank purposes, the PIR will cater that one.
Okay. Basta bank purposes lang yung i-mention para
Yes.
ma-facilitate nila. Okay. Ma'am Bing, okay na medyo yung question ba, ma'am, is answered, no, from your end. So pwede po kumuha ng teen ang student na above 18 years old. And kahit hindi din naman 18 years old, pwede din naman. As long as you want to declare your income for recording purposes.
Yes.
Kasi it's better din talaga, no, na starting from now, if nag-freelance kayo, or yung hindi empleyado muna, yung nag-freelance, may mga income and all, helpful din naman na i-declare natin yung mga kinikita natin, no? Pero based on experience, if 1 year mo palang ginagawa or 2 years, wag muna. Sarilinin
Yes.
mo muna yan.
Yes, that's also my
Sarilinin mo muna yan.
advice.
Yes. But then if you really need it, for example, for financing and other really important na reasons, better to declare it after 3 years of doing it kasi mas magandang may maipapakita ka talaga na proof kung saan nanggagaling yung mga income. No? But if bago pa lang, wag muna, no? Sa inyo na muna yan. May ruling. Wala namang
Yes.
ruling.
I agree with that.
Okay, so another one po is from FB. No, ma'am, saan makikita yung mga deadline ng filing income tax, yung mga deadline ng mga tax returns?
So if you have if itong bagong 2303 yung na-issue sa inyo, actually I think that they started this 2303 last year. Ito, ma'am, sa filing, hindi ko napakita. Wait. So, mas pinadali ng BIR, no? Kasi, oh my God. So, bahala na yan. Bahala na yan, guys.
Makasabaan good ka. Okay.
So, as you can see, no, in the, ako na lang ipadako, guys, kay para dili ko kasabaan, guys. So, as you can see, no, in the new 2303, they assign the filing due date. So, for income tax, this 1702 is yearly. So, on or before 15th day of the 4th month, so that's April 15. The 1702Q, which is the quarterly income tax, 60 days after the end of the quarter if you're a corporation, or 45 days if you're an individual. So if the end of the quarter is March, you have 60 days, so you have May. Then registration fee, on or before the last day of January. So in short, hindi na lang ginawang January 31. So basta hindi ay ma-change ang calendar, so baka maging January 30 ang January. So January 31, the VAT is 20th day following the close of the month. So if you're filing for June, so the deadline is July 20, last July 20. So nandito na no sa new. If yung old naman na 2303, so you just have to actually we are accessible, ang deadline naman ng BIR is accessible to all. The deadline is not usually hindi siya nagbabago-bago. So nagbago lang siya last pandemic because I think nagbago yung for 1 month lang. So that's all, no? I hope you
So, parang reference nila yung form, yung etong
yes,
registration
reference ang new
2303.
2303.
And then, pwede din silang mag-visit actually sa website ni BIR.
Yes.
Kasi andun din naman nakalatag na lahat yung summary ng
Yes.
deadlines. Ma'am, when it comes to non-VAT, so non-VAT tayo ma'am ha. Kasi parang may, well, i-general ko na lang, hindi ko kasi alam yung audience portfolio natin ngayon. But right now, marami ng freelance may professional when it comes to services like yung ginagawa mo ngayon, ano. And then yung doctors and yung iba, financial advisors. So
Yes.
non-VAT yun sila ma'am, but then in a professional way. No, services
Yes.
na yung
So-
ino-offer nila. So ano po yung better na like non-VAT sila with a sales percentage tax or non-VAT sila na 8% lang na taxpayer?
So if you're a professional, no, di ba sabi ko kanina may dalawang uri ng tax ang need bayaran ng taxpayer, income tax and business tax. So if you're a professional, so you have the option to file 8%, 8% income tax in lieu of percentage tax. So what does it mean? So yung 8% from your gross income is both na yun na income tax and business tax. So you don't need to file business tax. So it's recommended for professionals. Why? Because professionals manggod don't have a lot of expenses. They have expenses, no, pero usually kasi service. So in the service industry, you don't have a lot of expenses na receipted. So ano lang ba yung mga expenses ng, example, you're a freelancer. So ano lang ba yung expenses ng freelancer? So if you'll claim your vehicle as an expense, hindi siya masyadong wise to file both the business tax and income tax kasi mas mabibigatan ka.
Okay. So, ma'am, helpful ba dito yung at least medyo if may questions sila, ma-reach out ka lang din nila, no? Kung dun sa personal mo na account, na parang better siya na magbe-benchmark or yung may tax options, kumbaga nga na if i-avail ko yung 8%, ganito yung babayaran ko lahat. If i-avail
Yes.
ko naman
Yes, actually,
yung sales tax,
before
ito yung
each start of actually before the first quarter ng year, dapat nagbe-benchmark ka na kung ano yung i-opt mo na gagamitin mo na tax scheme. Kasi 8% is filed on the first quarter. Kung ano yung kung nag-opt ka ng 8% on the first quarter, you will be using that for the rest of the quarter for the year.
Okay. Oo. I agree, no? Yun din yung ginagawa namin personally, no? Doon sa mga clients na we have, na nakaplat na yung 1 year, na para medyo may Bible ka na i-follow. No? Tweak mo na
Yes,
lang
and
ng konti.
besides that, the hassle of filing every quarter for the business tax.
Correct. Oo. Si Sir Silver, sige ma'am. Okay, ma'am Noe.
Mas prone pa siya makalimutan.
Agree. no? Sir Silver, yes. Graduated income tax, ma'am. Sir, kapag graduated income tax kasi, ah dapat magde-declare ka ng expenses, whether optional man yan na 40% or yung detailed talaga na expenses.
Yes.
Oo.
The graduated income tax, hindi ka sa subject into graduated income tax if you're using 8%. Kasi ang graduated income tax, that's for income tax plus business tax. Then if may option ka, then 8%. Medyo
Labad, no? Oh,
naiintindihan ba?
Gets gets ba? At to add na lang, Ma'am
So
Noe, no?
option 1. So ito na lang, option 1. So option 1, you will be subjected to graduated income tax plus business tax. So option 2, the 8% tax. 8% of your gross income.
So parang Sir Silver, to add na lang kay Ma'am Noe, no? Kapag hindi mo gusto yung maraming iisipin, 8% ka na
Yes.
diretso.
Yes,
Kaya
because
lang,
ang graduate
okay, ma'am. Go, ma'am.
Yes, kasi ang graduated income tax, there may marami kasi yung steps to compute. Yung nasa table, if you've have seen that one, yung table graduated income tax, yan yung kasi ang meaning ng graduated is yung naka-table na so just trust me na lang if you have if you're in the service industry just or a professional 8%.
Go with the 8%. If nasa freelance industry ka, go with the 8%. If
Yes.
hindi naman, if really business like
Mas
milking,
malaki talaga siya except if you're very big time na talaga, no, very big time, you have receipted transactions, you can venture into the graduated income tax and the business tax. Because why? Sa income tax and sa business tax, may receipt ka kasi. You have expenses to show to the BIR para sa expenses ng business mo, and that in turn will help you reduce your tax.
so for simplicity na lang, Ma'am Noe, no, for Sir Silver, if you are earning 1 million and below, go for 8%. Or even nga
Yes.
2M eh.
Yes,
Even nga
even
2M.
3
Oo.
million, ma'am.
Oo. But then right now, medyo nakakatipid kasi kami kapag nasa sales
Yes.
may sales tax ka kapag 2M and above. Pero yon safe figure yon. Yung if 2 million and below yung kinikita mo, go ka sa 8%. Pag above than that, push mo na yung sales
Yes.
tax na side, no? Para and then I consult a professional para at least mag-guidance ka lang. And then once familiarize mo naman, pwede lang ikaw, no? So yun, para medyo hindi lang masyadong ano, like gulo-gulo yung buhay. No? So yun,
Of
that's
course.
the best.
Kasi some of the business owners, Manggod, that's why they hire a tax professional, because so that they can focus on more important things for their business. So kaysa naman ay Google mo yung whole time mo sa BIR concerns, and then wala ka ng time sa operational talaga ng business mo. So just hire. So I think Sir Silver is a job contractor for the government, so you don't have the luxury naman, no? So I think the 8%.
Good for him. Okay, Sir Silver, okay ka na, sir? No? Medyo hindi na ba cloudy? No. So last, no, for compliance na okay na daw siya, no. Thank you, sir, sa question. So last na tanong, ma'am, for the compliance na side, kasi parang 3 na. May simplified keeping
Yes.
nafi-freeze ba yung mga bank accounts mo kapag hindi ka talaga like na delinquent ka talaga sa BIR?
Ay, actually, Grabe naman yung mga questions.
Yeah, this is the last
Okay.
one. This is the last one for the compliance
Okay.
side.
Actually, the term for that I think is garnishment.
Garnishment.
So that would garnishment yan if I think the bank account. So correct me if I'm wrong ha. Basta yun yung to the best of my memory ability, that's garnishment. So that only can be done naman if last resort na yan ng BIR. Actually guys, the BIR will not run after you if sobrang liit mo naman guys. Hindi siya, the cost benefit analysis of the BIR, the expenses would outweigh the benefit of, kasi mag-hire pa sila ng lawyers. Hindi naman kasi agad-agad na ipapagarnish ng BIR yung mga bank accounts nyo unless you're flagged with AMLA, yung mga ganyan na, mga AMLC na, yung mga ganyan na very shady na talaga yung transactions nyo. So, I think no need to worry. Kung hindi naman guilty ng ganun, no need to worry with the garnishment. The BIR is actually, they sumusunod naman sila ng due process.
Sige, ma'am. Parang yun lang ata yung tanong from the participants and from us.
Okay.
So yun, may additional pa po ba tayo no sa mga participants na andito, and we can proceed sa sa last topic, no? Parang na ba? 3 PM na. Oo. So, yun, para makapag-enjoy pa po tayo ng Sunday.
Yes.
Yes.
So guys, wala po kalaba. So,
So, yan.
so I appreciate you all, no, from
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am Noe. Parang wala naman na atang additional questions, ma'am.
Okay, so dito na tayo sa basic bookkeeping and accounting. So this is more for business owners, no? Kasi what comes to your mind if bookkeeping and accounting? Usually kasi ang accounting, yung basic accounting is tinuturo lang for 1 semester. I think 3 units like ganun sa ibang mga course. May mga course talaga na walang accounting. So, this is more for business courses. So, ang pinakamahirap, yung basic bookkeeping and accounting na encounter namin for the first 2 years ng aming pag-school, accountancy. So, why do you need to why do you need to journalize your business transactions? So mura na gud na guys if you're an owner of a small business owner. I think karinderya. So let me give you an example. So karinderya, you have various viands to offer to your customers. But you've seen na wala may kanang what do you call this? Wala may ginansya. So how do you come up with that conclusion? So one tool is to journalize your transactions. So actually when you register with the BIR, they will require you to what do you call this? Register your book. So may types ng books, no, sa BIR. So the most common is the manual. So kinsay naka-encounter na ani. So guys, pag magpalit mo journal ha, they have different names, no. So pagpapalit if magpapalit ko og journal, so ko journal notebook yun ha, dili itong mga ledger, mga inana kay the BIR or the city treasurer's office would usually require the sales journal to be stamped by them. Karon no, for the BIR, they require na the sales journal to be stamped through ORUS. So I will not delve deeper into that kay medyo sakit siya sa ulo. It's a new system with the BIR because every January no the BIR will be flooded with various taxpayers and tax professionals para lang pa-stamp og books, pa-received og loose leaf. So because mao kasi na siya ang actually it's a diary of the business manggod. So usually kani walay sulod if you're a koan because the small business nowadays have accounting software. So QuickBooks, SAP, Xero. So they use that to record the everyday transactions of the business. So kuya siya guys no kay actually keeping two sets of books from BIR is illegal. But you cannot kuan man gud kay because outdated kayo ang BIR. So kinsa ko'y ganahan magsulat-sulat kinsay ganahan magsulat-sulat pa no sa journal notebook. Then ipapasa din ipatatak. So very kuan siya time consuming. So mo ni siya tatak sa BIR. You need to be actually now you don't need the manual for manual filers. You don't need magpatatak every year until lang mahurot ang books. But very kuan kay siya katawanan because the local government or the city treasurer office need nila stamp og another set of books. So unsaan siya? So medyo lisod siya. So lisod ispilingon ang atong mga revenue mga local kuan. So you need patience yet. So here is an example of a journal entry. Journal entry na siya guys for a kung sa ibutang nimo sa journal unsa ibutang sa sales journal. So kani siya is general man but to make manggod sales journal you have here sales sa debit and then revenue sorry guys, it's cash or accounts receivable sa debit and sales sa credit. So sales cash if you've received cash from the customer or accounts receivable kung utang. So dili na ko magkuan guys kay dili na ko magkuan sa basic sa kuan jud ha kanang entries kay isa na siya sa kanang medyo trabahoso nga kuan because it's basic mangud sa accountancy profession. So kung pangutan-on ko murag dira ko naglisod first sa first year. So ang point lang ani is you need to journalize your transactions so that you can make informed decisions for your business. So is it losing? Am I making a profit? So if not, undangon na lang nako ni. Diba? Undangon na lang nako ni. What's the point? The goal to make a business the goal of having a business is to make profit. So from journalizing ang endpoint ana is financial statements and there you can make an informed decision about your business. What's the next step? So mo na siya ang goal into journalizing or make a record of your business transactions. So I think that's the end of my talk kay medyo dugay-dugay ko ma'am no.
Okay lang ma'am, no? Medyo ano lang ang yung tax kasi na side, medyo hindi kasi siya ganun talaga kadali na topic. Really
Yes.
oo. Parang
I agree
lang
with that.
natin. Oo, simplified lang natin. And then napaka-ikli din pala na simplified the bookkeeping. Oo.
Yes, of course.
Yes,
You've said
very
sabi mo simplified. So simplify
Simple
mo
lang.
itong simplified.
yes. So ma'am, sirs, no, so that's the bookkeeping and Yun, well, the bookkeeping side lang po iyon, no? Kasi the journalizing of transactions, the very basic.
Yes.
After that, doon na po papasok yung mga analysis kung okay ba yung negosyo ninyo, saan kayo mag-improve, ano yung mga ipang-reread pa ninyo ng mga data, which is concerned na doon yung higher level of thinking na, no? And then,
Yes.
yon assessment. So, yun yung mga basic po. Again, feel free to chat us, Ma'am Noe, no? Kasi yun din po talaga yung field niya. And especially sa tax na side, if may ipapafix kayo or whatsoever, just chat her, no? Or sa page sa cooperative. Kasi yun po yung binibigay natin na added value as well sa mga members. No? Ma'am Noe, may madagdag ka pa sa mga na-share mo kanina.
Actually, guys, you can I think hindi ko maka-cover lahat in this small ng short webinar, but you can feel free to message me, and also the information naman that I've given to you is readily available in the internet, but also you need someone manggod to explain that, so I can do that for you, and then to the best of my ability, because dili beta perfect. So kung perfect, grabe na gid ang perfect. So no, I've been in this field for almost 3 years now, and then I know there's some things that I needed to learn pa, but I can say with confidence naman that I think I can answer your questions if it's dili lang kayo like garnishment, like mga inana na no, like very specific cases of tax evasion. Not na hindi na ganyan ang mga case. So thank you all. I just want to thank you all for listening to my first ever webinar as a speaker. Thank you, Ma'am Mel, for inviting me for this opportunity to um, share my knowledge. Bisag uyamot lang ni. I hope nakatabang siya sa tanan. So, thank you all for your time in this very rainy Sunday. That's all.
Ma'am, thank you again. Thank you. And I would like to correct that one, no. Yung uyamot. Sa Tagalog kasi parang ano lang yun, or parang ordinaryong tao lang, no. Kasi I've been working with Ma'am Noe for the past years, and yun, since coming from observing her, she's really giving a top-notch service, especially doon sa mga
Proud.
doon sa mga corporation na na-mention kanina, because I've been connected with those corporations before. So yun, that's why siya talaga yung kinuha ko when it comes to this one, especially yung mga negotiations. Yung mga negotiations and everything. Kasi pag tax talaga, kapang-kapan niya na yun eh. So, yun, moms and sirs, again po, maraming salamat sa oras na ibinigay nyo ngayong Sunday, no? Even if it's a family day, hopefully yung cooperative is naka-add ng value this afternoon. And meron pa kami, actually, next month, more on the Australian side naman yung how to be there in just a cost-efficient manner lang, no? So, yun yung mga binibigay natin na mga value sa hindi pa members and members na, no? And wherever man kayo na parts of world, no? Mindanao, Davao, even outside of the Philippines, always remember na in whatever you do, we'll always rooting for you. Okay po? So, Sir Ron, baka may ma-add ka pa, sir, sa ating participants.
I just want to thank No for this afternoon. Thank you for your time, and then the participants as well. So if you want to know more also about Nine Levers, we'll be playing a few video, and then we're also inviting you for our membership orientation every Thursday and every Saturday. Yeah. So if you have questions, feel free to to drop a message in our Facebook group, Nine Rivers, the cooperative.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Sir Ron.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
Ma'am
for
Micah.
coming, for everyone. So